So today we're going to be fixing the Audi's ignition system. Step one. So today we're going to be fixing the Audi's ignition system. Step one, rip all your wires out. Okay, before I show you this, I feel like I have to explain myself. I drove this car while I was working on the MR2, and I never had any intentions of getting rid of it. I intended for it to be mine forever, and so I did some questionable modifications. So I did work on my ignition system already. I told you I replaced some of the coils, and I got most of my misfire out, but it's still not quite great. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and replace this whole wiring loom. But I would definitely call my coil setup rigged. So don't judge. I know. Comment below your first thoughts when you see what I did to get this car running. All right. Okay, so we need a new shock. All right, so I know in YouTube normally people hide the crimes that they've committed, but I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. So I put new coils in here. As you can see, they're too tall, and so I strapped them down with some sheet metal that I just cut, and you can tell it doesn't really look great. Also, these plugs are new, but yeah. So this is kind of embarrassing. Oh man, guys, this is so bad. So along with my questionable coil packs, all of these, I bought these really cheap connectors off of like Amazon or eBay or something for like $4 for all of them, and they're just like wire crimped in. So like I know you wiring guys are cringing right now, but they're the little squeeze connectors in there, and you know it works. But I literally could not give the car away like this. Like that would be ridiculously just immoral and deceptive. So we are going to replace all of these things. I mean, like, look, that's a brand new plug. I just broke it. Anyway, we are going to replace all of these things. I probably should have ordered a tool to remove these. There's another one. It's okay. They're all going in the trash. All right, so a couple things. This is structured like a tutorial, but I definitely recommend going and checking out ECS's instructions on doing this. They're gonna be a lot more detailed than mine. Mine is just to kind of give you a visual of what you're doing and give you a little bit of confidence in doing this job. So I do have the battery disconnected. There's a push connect that connects these wires to the back of the valve cover or the engine or something. Mine wasn't connected, but if yours is, you'll need it so you can get a little bit of slack to work with here. I'm just going to pull on this harness a little bit and get some slack. Okay, so my plug, I think, is going to go about right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my wires off right here. Now, if you're doing this at home, after this, the car's not going to run until you get it rewired. So it's kind of the point of no return. So we're going to go ahead and get that knocked out. Okay, so my wires are out. It was kind of a nerve-wracking thing, but it's done, so we're good. I'm gonna keep moving. Next, I'm gonna cut back this heat kind of sheath thing. Okay, and so now we have this mess of wires. So what ECS does, I went ahead and printed this off. In their instructions is they give you a diagram of the wires, what cylinders they go to, and how they go into your new plugs. So the first step, I'm just gonna strip all these wires and get them ready to be crimped. And then we'll crimp all of the connectors on, and then we'll go through and pin this whole plug. Once that's in, we'll connect our new harness and we'll be good to go. So while I'm doing all this, I'm gonna take the valve cover off, paint it, and replace the gasket underneath it. Anyway, all I'm gonna do first is just strip some of these back and get them ready to have the little ends crimped on. Now I think the next thing I'm gonna do is slide my rubber seals onto all of these, and then we'll start crimping the little pins onto the end of them. Alright, so your rubber seal is going to slide over the wire. I'm kind of twisting it on so it keeps the wire twisted up. That way, you know, it doesn't unravel the wire. So you can see there's these like tangs that hold the wire. So the wire sits in there, and then you use your crimp tool to wrap these onto the wire itself. I'm not sure if my camera got that or not, but I just dropped one of these somewhere back there. So ECS, if you're watching this, send extras just in case somebody is like me and has fingers that, well, aren't good at holding on to stuff. Anyway, so I had to go to the store to try to find these. I could not find them, but I found some similar terminals that look the same or the same size, so I think that's going to work for the one that I have to use. I'm going to put it on a ground wire, so hopefully it doesn't matter that much. Ultimately, if it doesn't work out, then I'll just find these on the internet somewhere and order them. But yeah, one tip is send extras. Extras are good. All right, it's been like 2 days since a second ago for you guys. Let's see. So I lost a couple of these, as you saw, or maybe you didn't see. I'm not sure if I caught it on video, but I lost a couple of those, and I lost them because I was trying to clamp them with the wrong kind of clamps. Or crimper rather. The crimper that you're used to seeing is like this one, and that's for crimping those connections that have plastic surrounds on them. That's what this is for. It's really great for that. But for this, these are called open barrel crimps. All right, this is new to me. I've never used these before. But open barrel crimps, like I showed you before, has those two sets of tangs that are vertical. And so in order for you to be able to use them at all, you have to have a set of these. These are open barrel crimpers. They don't look that different until you start looking really close. You see these little points? That's what turns those tangs in and makes them clasp the wire. So, it's a really cool idea, it's a really cool invention. I just didn't know it existed, and because of my ignorance, I ended up spending a lot more money than I needed to. So, all that to be said, there's a Schwab tool on ECS that is for this. It's the $15 one, not the $10 one. Not a lot of money, and you won't have this problem. I mean, I've literally, the car's just been sitting here for 2 days because I had to wait on this to get here. Now, we're gonna try this again. And I foresee it being successful this time. I'm gonna check this, make sure it's the same size. Oof, and it's not. Bummer, do I have a smaller size? Y'all might see me get frustrated on camera. That is the smallest size that I got. Okay, so that doesn't work. Man, this is frustrating. I imagine if you have experience with these, it's not really that frustrating. It's easy to do, but having no experience, I don't know. I wish I would have known a little bit more about these. So you have to have, man, it's okay. Be fine. It's one of those projects, like I thought it was not going to take that long, and a lot of people online said it didn't take them that long at all. And it wouldn't take that long if I could get these locally, but I can't find anywhere that sells them. So I'm going to look more today. If not, I'm going to have to order some and then wait some more. So, you know, it's just like one of these I lost, the second one I lost, or the second one I cut through, just chalked that one up to learning. So, I mean, now that I know what I need, it's cool. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pin the rest of the grounds and the red and yellow powers and stuff. I'm going to pin them, put them into the plug, and then I'm going to see if I can find any of these locally, and if not, I'm going to have to order some and just wait, which sets this video back another several days. Alright, let's do it. I'll zoom in so you guys can see the process. Okay, so something else to note, the connector has this little, I don't know, it's like a little push pin connect thing on the top. The bottom is smooth, so that's how you know where your wires go. So this is the top, this is where your signal wires go, the real thin ones, and then this is the bottom down here, that's where your red and yellows go. So I did what I should have done originally. I contacted ECS and they sent me these little connectors that I lost or broke or messed up. So those are back. We're good to go. We're going to keep moving with this project. If you're wondering why my valve cover all of a sudden looks awesome, go check out my video called Making a Valve Cover Awesome and you'll find out. I put this ECS adapter plate on in that video tightened it down, and popped the coils back in. So we're ready to go now. That just makes sure these coils sit in the right spot. And I mean, they're really in there. They look awesome, and we're good to go. Now we just need to plug them in. Before we do that, we got to finish this pinning that I started the other day. So I'll finish that up, and then we should just be able to plug our harness up and be done. So these are a lot smaller, these signal wires. So I'm using the E, the smallest setting I have on these pliers. And the way I'm going to do it is actually stick the little connector in there and hold it with the pliers. I'm going to take my first signal wire and I'm going to put it in there. Then I'm going to crimp down. That may be how you're supposed to do all of them, because that is a lot easier than trying to like balance it. I'm crimping this super hard because it's such a small wire. All right, so it's time for the moment of truth. I've got fresh oil in. Obviously, we're all tied up here. This car hasn't been started in a couple of months. Whenever I moved it over here, it's been a while. So you're gonna hear like lifters and stuff because they're just dry. So as it runs, it should smooth out a good bit, but no worries, it'll be all right. Let's go see if it starts up. It's not a misfire, it's a vacuum leak. I'm so stoked. That is just great news. Hey, good news, guys. It works, like it actually works. And the engine sounds good, as long as my finger's plugging this hole down here under the intake. So I'm gonna have to get a plug or something to plug it up, but ow. But it's working. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna let it run, I'm gonna let it warm up, because the engine hasn't been warm in a really long time, so I'm gonna let it warm. And I'm gonna go ahead and tape off my plug back there, get it finished. Then I'll rev it a little bit and see how it sounds. So far though, I mean, it's running really smooth. You can hear that tapping noise. I think that's like the chain tensioner maybe, I don't know. But VW guys, tell me what's going on. I'd love to get rid of it. So the engine's basically done that forever. Once it's really warm, it really doesn't make that much noise, but when it's cold, it sounds like this. So yeah, if you know what that is, let me know in the comments. All right, so that's my connection all taped up. I think it looks pretty good. And just to give you guys a quick reminder, this is before, and then now it's after. This is much better, obviously. It looks better, but it's also gonna perform a lot better. And I did it at home, so it is possible. All the issues I ran into were obviously user-generated ones. I created a lot of issues for myself. I've got to push this wiring harness kind of back down into the air, but I'll do that later. And then you can see some of these are gonna have to get replaced. But again, that's me. Overall, very happy with how it came out. The car runs great. So now that's taken care of. We've got more things coming on this car, on this engine, and obviously the exterior. I had a lot of you guys get to me about the airbox and what to do with that, so I've got a plan for that now. Got a plan for all this messy stuff over here. Well, not all of it, but some of this messy stuff over here. And we're gonna get this engine bay looking awesome and the car performing great. I'm not sure there's a better DIY way to have peace of mind about your entire ignition system, from the harness all the way through to the spark plugs. So definitely check out this repair harness if you're having issues on your ignition side of the equation in your misfire, or if your car's old and it's just got a lot of miles on it, chances are the wires are toast. I mean, chances are they've been around heat for a really long time, they've been exposed to that, and the sheathing is cracking and the wires are cracking and just degrading. So it's really a good way to have peace of mind about your ignition system. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this helped you It gave you a little bit of confidence about doing this. I am not an electrical guy. I don't do a lot of electrical work, as you could tell, and it came out really good. It works fine. So you can totally do this at home. Just take your time and make sure you have the right tools. I'm linking that Schwabin tool. ECS sells 2 Schwabin crimpers. The one that you need is the one I'm linking. The other one is not for this type of connector. You need the barrel connector crimpers. So I'll link that below so you can get that if you're gonna do this job at home. Also, you might have noticed we got built hats. I got tired of advertising for other companies, so so I made these hats. I'm gonna put them on the website, so they're up on the website now. If you want one of these, you can order those through my website, www.builtonyoutube.com. We've got a whole new line of 2019 stuff coming, and because of that, all of my 2018 stuff is on major sale. A couple of you guys have already taken advantage of that sale. Shout out to Seth and Matthew. I'm running out of t-shirts, so if you want a black built t-shirt like I normally wear on the channel when it's not freezing, you can go get one of those now. They're $8 on the website, and I think the jet tags are $4. If you've ever wanted built merch, now's the time to go get it. So go check out the website and get some built merch. Everything you spend on the website goes straight into this build, so you're helping support this build, you're helping this giveaway, and you're getting cool stuff. So hats, shirts, keychains, stickers, I got it all. Go check it out. I'll see you guys soon.